Okay, business practices class. We're having some difficulty for some folks in posting graphics for their discussion. So I'm going to go into the discussion and I'm going to click on discussion number 5. That's coming up. Now I was trying to do this in student view in another video, so you're going to see a little bit different thing here, like edit and all that you won't see in your screen. Now, let's say I want to post a new reply here with my graphics. Sorry, I had an old one I was trying to do. Just a second, guys. I'm having some click happy moments here. Okay, so just in case you didn't catch that, again, I'm in the discussion number 5. It looks like people are having a hard time understanding how to make JPEGs and some other things. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to respond to this post and create a new post. This looks very similar to yours as far as down here. So I'm going to put in here, this is a test. I'm going to have image number 1, which is an AI JPEG file. And image number 2, which is a Photoshop JPEG. I'm going to go over and discuss those. Now I'm going to go ahead and post my reply. I can come back and edit it later. So I'm going to post the reply. Now let me share with you Adobe Illustrator. Sorry guys, I have to jump back and forth between one software and another for this to work. Okay, so here is a logo that's done in Illustrator. To get this ready to post in a discussion thread, you'll have to export this as a JPEG. So that's under File, Export, Export As, and you would choose JPEG, okay? So I'm gonna hit, and I'm gonna say, let me put AI here so I know which one's AI and which one's Photoshop. AI stands for Adobe Illustrator. I'm gonna hit Export. Now, you can make this RGB since it's going online, and on your quality, go ahead and put that up at 10. And if your resolution is at low or screen at 72, make it 150 at medium. Now I'm going to hit OK. Now let me share with you Photoshop in case you are doing your logos in Photoshop. I don't recommend it, but in the event that you are, I'm going to cover that as well. For Photoshop, make sure that your image mode is not bitmap. It needs to be grayscale or RGB or CMYK, okay? If it's bitmap, it won't allow you to export it as a JPEG. So I'm gonna go to File and Save As. Let me save to my computer. And I'm gonna call this the Photoshop one. You can see in the drop-down menu, it would not normally have the PSD for Photoshop, but you wanna choose JPEG there. Now I'm gonna hit Save. And again, you want this at a higher quality, so put the maximum on the JPEG options and hit OK. Now, let me go back to sharing our discussion. So here we are back at the discussion. Now, the cool thing is you guys can edit discussions. There's a little 3-dot gray stacked graphic over on the far right. I can click on that with a drop down and go to edit. Auto say, would you like to load? I'm going to say no. Okay. Now I'm going to put the first graphic underneath this text. Let me minimize this just a little bit and let me do a new share because I'm going to have to show you my whole screen. Now to get this image in here, I can click on images right here. And I can go to upload image. Now I tried to find user images and I'll have to look at the video, but you know, if this is another way to do it, I'm gonna go to upload image. I'm gonna move this off to the side. Let me minimize Photoshop and InDesign or Illustrator. Here I can see my AI JPEG, Adobe Illustrator. I'm gonna drag that over to the little icon and then hit submit. Now I was going to do this in student view, but it wouldn't, the submit button wasn't showing up very well. I'm going to wait for this graphic to show up, and to resize it, I would click on the graphic and go to options, and instead of medium, choose extra large. It puts it about the range I'm looking for, then hit done. Again, if I'm in student view, I can't click on the done button. It hides it, so I have to do it this way. So that's got that in there. Now I'm going to put another one under the one that says image 2, PS JPEG, Photoshop JPEG. Now I'm going to scroll up just a little bit and choose images and go to upload image. Again, I'm going to drag this over my PS one, my Photoshop one, and then hit submit. Now once it's submitted, it'll show up kind of small. I'm going to click on options and go to extra large. You know, I don't want them much larger than this, okay? We want to be able to see them when you post. Now when you're done, hit done. Now depending on what browser you use, whether that is Firefox or Safari or Google, you know, IvyLearn Connect very different from one to the other. So if you're having problems, maybe switch up your browser. But here you can see the graphics are showing up just fine. And they're not attachments. The attachments take way too long for people to download. So this is how I want you guys to do it. I want to be able to see them immediately and have you respond, you know, easily. It takes a lot of time to download images. Some people's bandwidth is low. So I really want you to do it this way. You know, that way people can look at it and respond instead of have to download it, try to open it, then try to respond. You'll get 0 points if you post attachments as JPEGs. So please do it this way. All right, I believe that is all really I need to cover on this video, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this.